Now, what I was going to tell you is when I look at this picture, see, the thing is I can recognize, you know, my great-grandmother and then my great-great-grandparents, obviously, because of who they are, but the rest of the names, I don't really, you know, I know there's Lloyd and
don't know
Leonard.
which one is which.
Which one is which, so.
Okay. You want me to point them out?
Yeah, I would love for you.
Okay, that's Uncle Eddie.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Aunt Lethe. Uncle Lloyd. And Aunt Ida. Uncle Hosey. Granny. And Leonard.
That's perfect. Did you know, see, they passed away in the 30s, like around, was it 34 when
Let's see.
William and Mary?
Grandpa passed away, let's see, about 34?
Yeah, I think it was.
Somewhere along
one of
in
the,
there.
right.
Yeah.
Do you remember him at all?
Yeah.
Any good stories?
Really, I can remember one time he'd been out of hog hunting, and he come back by the house, and he stood out there and he talked, and he stepped his foot up on the bottom step, and he had a piece of an acorn in his mouth, and he stood there and chewed that little acorn with, I don't know, evidently, I don't know where it all had all of his teeth or not, but with his eye teeth and so forth, he cracked that little nut. Of course, I was very interested in watching him. It had milk from the nut.
Mm-hmm.
He stood there and talked and visited. But he'd been hunting hogs, as when they had free range. He'd been back in the woods hunting hogs. And I can remember one time, the 4th of July, we didn't get to go to the picnics. We didn't have any way to go, except in a wagon anyway. I don't know how he got down there. But he was coming back. We was over, I don't know where we was stripping. I don't think it was stripping cane. I don't know what we was doing, but we'd been working. We'd sat down to rest, and Paul come across the creek and was going home. He had his white shirt on. He'd been to the picnic. And of course, we felt kind of, we didn't get to go, but he went. We didn't envy him of going. It was just the idea that he was an older person. He went, and we didn't go. But he liked people.
Now,
He's a wonderful person.
what was Aunt?
Aunt Ida.
Uh-huh. And who was she? She was married to...
She married to John Lawyer.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, they had a hotel or something in... or a house maybe in Pottersville?
No, I don't remember them telling it anywhere around here that they lived. They went to Oklahoma. There's no Oklahoma.
Okay. Well, maybe that's where it was. I have a picture of them.
They had her daughter. Mm-hmm. Their daughter had a business, and I know they dealt in the peanuts, but I can't remember just what. But it was her daughter that had the business.
Gotcha. Now, Lloyd and Leonard stayed down here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And then
Lloyd.
Eddie went to Oklahoma, didn't he?
Right. Him and Eddie.
You know what part of Oklahoma that was in?
It's around Stewart and close to Holdenville. It was probably Stewart. No, Aunt Ida lived in Holdenville. But Clara, their daughter, lived in Stewart.
Now, Leonard still lived in this area, right?
Yeah, he lived at...
And so most of the Hensleys from here descend from him?
From who?
Leonard?
No, he just had one boy.
Because I know there's several Hensleys that live in the area still.
Now this is the one that the girl that you're, no. We was talking about Delbert. This is Delbert's dad.
Right. And Dilbert's son is Charles Hensley.
Who?
Charles Hensley. He would have been. He lives in California now.
I don't know what his boy's name was. Don't remember.
Yeah, it's Charles. That's one of them, and he's got a couple more.
Now,
But Dilbert just died. I think he died around 2012 or so.
I don't really know. But, yeah, let's see. Okay, it was Lloyd's grandkids. I've got in mind here. They was in California, no, Arizona, I believe.
Now, where does Ronnie Hensley come into the picture?
I don't know a Raleigh.
No, Ronnie.
Ronnie,
Yeah,
that's Lloyd's boy,
gotcha.
grandson.
Yeah,
Charlie's son.
because I know he's a character around here.
Oh, I'll take it. He's had a lot of troubles. And Hosey just had the two girls.
What were their names?
Alfie was the oldest, and Helen was the youngest. Helen never married. Alfie had one daughter.
Yeah, Helen. She's buried in Baptist Hill.
Yeah.
Because I think she had her headstone there before she passed. She actually had already had it.
I believe she did.
Yeah. But now, was one of Granny's sisters deaf? Or,
And blind.
or
and
blind?
deaf.
That's what it's blind. That's what it was.
Well, she's deaf too.
Was she?
She wore a hearing aid,
Gotcha.
but she couldn't see.
I met her. She came over and when we were visiting great granny and granddad in that house in Caulfield.
Yeah.
And I remember her because my sister kept staring at her. You know, because
Yeah.
she's little and probably because she was staring off into space. I don't remember
Yeah.
the real reason, but
Probably the way she's a...
anyway, that's probably the one I remember the best.
And then Leonard went blind.
Would that be from something like
That come from...
diabetes or something? Or?
No, it was I can't remember the name of it, but Aunt Lethe went blind, and she couldn't hear, and Uncle Eddie couldn't hear. He had to wear hearing aids, and it was pretty bad. I think Aunt Ida missed all of that, and Leonard lost his eyesight. That come from Grandma's mother. And
okay.
Aunt Lethe had Roy Jake, Floyd, Edith, and Thelma all lost their eyesight.
Wow.
Now, not young,
As they got older.
yeah. And then Grandma's half-sister that married the Hensley that you're checking on,
Yeah.
the girl. Their sons, grandkids. There was 3, I believe, of Elmer's kids that lost their eyesight.
Wow.
3 or 4 of them. Can't remember which. Leonard had one son, Joe Verne. They had his eyes checked, and they said there wasn't any sign that he would.
Deterioration?
Yeah. And
Now, I've got a question for you. Many years ago, when I was down visiting Aunt Eunice, she said that there was a Hensley that she had taught in school that now owned great granny and granddad's house.
yeah,
You know which one that is?
That was my sister's offspring. Re- Can't tell it. Aunt Lethe married my dad's uncle. And I had him married my dad's cousin.
That's what I told you.
And I guess that's
The family tree branches get kind of twisted. Makes it hard to figure out who's
yeah.
who. I think Granny Bertha looks really pretty there in that picture.
Well, she looks pretty to me because she was
But she got
one of the best mother-in-laws ever was.
and I love the dress she's wearing there. It's classic. It's really
Oh,
pretty.
she was a classy woman. She
She
really was. And I tell you what, it broke my heart when she lost her pride. When she'd go out to the store with her old shoes on and a pair of granddad's socks rolled down. And I know it wasn't anything there. I mean, everybody knew everybody and so forth. But her, it did make a difference because she had enough pride a few years before that she would not have went like that.
You know, I think the time one of my memories was they were cleaning out Great Granny and Granddad's house, and I guess they had been shuffled around between you and my grandparents in St. John, and eventually they went to the home. But we were down one day helping clean, and I was on the porch, you know, where the swing was,
Yeah.
and shaking out one of the rugs. Now, I don't remember. I couldn't have been very old. Might have been like 10, 12 years old. Or couldn't have been real old. And Esther comes out looking and says, "I didn't think Great Granny could shake a rug like that."
Funny little things you can remember.
Yeah, we used to play a lot on that porch with Tanya and Sherry when we'd come down. And I remember all the old irons. There was a couple rusted irons in those what do we call that brick?
Yeah.
Not brick.
Blocks.
It's those blocks. Those
Concrete
concrete
blocks,
blocks.
yeah.
Yeah. And there's always something stuck in there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And I remember the cellar too. I don't think any of us were brave enough to go down in it.
Really?
Yeah, the cellar on the road there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I remember playing on that swing a lot too, and then banging it against the side.
Yeah, it's a pretty close, kind of like this out here.
Yeah. But,
Terry said he built that porch where him and Mommy could sit on it and spit off.
see, I've got a picture at home of that red sofa they had, that kind of crushed
Yeah,
whatever that was.
yeah.
And I remember as a little guy sitting there playing, running my finger over that velvet or whatever
Yeah,
it was, or
yeah.
whatever that material was.
Yeah.
It must have been pretty old. I know
It
another
was.
thing when I was a little guy that just scared me was that furnace they'd have in that front room, because it would fire up.
Yeah.
And you would see the colors, because they had like this kind of, I don't know, it was like a Fresnel or something. It would distort the flame inside, and it would like little circles. And
Yeah.
I remember that fire. It'd fire up. And I remember that. Do you remember the radio? They have that. You know, nobody had TV down there.
No.
The only one around here that had TV was Nora, that I remember, and you couldn't see anything. It was because that was Channel 3 out of Springfield, and you had to
Yeah.
have a good gust of wind to see anything. And Great Granny and Granddad had that radio that would get shortwave.
Yeah.
So I remember sitting there listening to them talk. They could be anywhere in the world. You could hear all kinds of different languages and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. All right, I'm going to go to the next picture. Okay, this picture to me, it's really neat. Unfortunately, it looks like some of the people in the back are almost faded out because
Yeah,
of
there's a lot of them that I wouldn't really know
But
who they are.
and you think that the baby there on the left is Orsdal?
Yeah.
So what would you say he is there? Probably.
You know what? Let me see here. This might not be the picture that I'm thinking about. I don't. Yeah, I believe that's. Mm-hmm.
So the one on the far right is
Floyd.
Floyd Tackett.
Uh-huh. And this is Uncle Jim Hackett. And I guess that's Aunt Lethe right there. There's Granddad, I see, and Granny.
Does
That's Leonard, her youngest brother. You're probably going to remember all of them that I'll point out.
now I remember the names, but I don't always remember who because I remember them in older pictures, not in their youth.
And this is Uncle Eddie. That's his wife, Aunt Betty. And I would say that is Aunt Idy's boy, Walker Lawyer. Where is, yeah, there's Aunt Idy right there. That's Uncle John.
Do you think this picture's shot in Elijah, somewhere around Elijah? Or if you recognize the building at all?
I don't recognize the place here at all. Yeah, but I'm sure it was shot.
Well, I know a few times over the years that I've been through Elijah, somebody will point out a spot where they lived or somebody,
Yeah.
and the spot's a field now.
And
There's just not much there.
Uncle Hosey's place now. Don't look like it did it all in. It was a big, beautiful home. And they cut it down and this and that. Well, Uncle Jim and Aunt Lethe's home was a 2-story with a porch all around it. It was a big, fine home. And it's changed, but it still looks better than Hosey's did. It does. I thought so many times the difference in the kids. Uncle Harvey, one of the boys, he had a nice home down Bridges Creek. Then Pa and Ma's, it never was even finished. Of course, he died young. I think he was 63. But it never was even finished. It was a smaller home. And Uncle Phil and Nancy's home, I think it must have been finished pretty good, but it wasn't like, of course now Hosey's, that was one of the in-laws. It wasn't one of the Pa and Uncle Harvey's and Uncle Jim's homes. But theirs was nice, and it was finished. But, and Poppy was just like Pa. Yeah, he did, I don't know, I started saying didn't think he knew how to drive a nail, but I'll back up on that. But he did not know how to do anything.
Yeah, I think I got his abilities.
You think you got that part?
Yeah, I got that part.
Yeah, the house that we grew up in, and Poppy didn't buy anything on credit. What he had was Poppy's. Well, they owned a farm, big farm. They had cattle enough to make a living, and a good home. After Pa died, he sold everything they had over there and moved in Ma's house. Little old tiny 3 rooms with his big family. Instead of him building a home, now he lived on Ma's farm that could make just as good a living there as he could over the other place. I don't know why that he did not build a home. That's been one of the kids' questions in their mind. Why didn't Poppy build a home? He didn't. But he bought a new car. He tried it out. And I think he ran over his time. He sold it right off.
Go ahead.
How far down did you say she was? What generation?
Well,
That girl's great-grandpa was a brother to him and a half-sister to grandma, and half-sister to her.
is this Merle or
Well, we'll say Merle was.
Merle?
Okay, we'll go from Merle. That'd be, let's stick there. Okay, Merle's grandpa. Merle's grandpa and grandma was brothers and sisters to Paul and Ma Hensley.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah,
All
Alfred's,
right. All right. Okay.
Alfred's daddy and mama was the brother and sister to Paul and Ma Hensley.
And you saw them there on the
Right here
right there.
and here.
Alrighty. Now I guess I'll start with William Alfred. That would be.
Yeah.
And you knew him?
Yes.
Yeah, any stories about him?
And that's
Now what about Merle, the son?
Merle was a pretty fair kid. I'm not wasn't too well acquainted with him, but he was. They didn't live around here too long. After he,
I believe he moved to Kansas City is what I got on the record.
Yeah. After he got grown, he was gone pretty well.
I believe he's buried down in. It's either in the Church of Christ or
Yeah,
Baptist
Elijah Cemetery.
Sure,
Yeah. Yeah, they bring all of the family back
Right.
here.
And I think I saw something where on his death record he actually passed away in Chicago.
I'm not sure where he's at.
But I know he lived in Kansas City for.
And that wasn't too many years ago.
Right.
And Flora was the grandma. I mean, Merle's mother
Hold on a second, let me get you back on there. Okay.
was a very meek person.
What was she?
Meek. She was
Quiet. Timid?
quiet. Yeah, she was
And that was Flora. What's her last?
She was Odell.
Flora Odell. Did she have any other family in the area, or was it just?
Yeah.
Any other stories?
I don't
or anything about
remember. I don't remember how many kids Alfred and Flora had, but Bonnie up here keeps close contact with the ones that's still living.
it? And you said at the Tackett, there's a couple of them that would be like her first cousins once removed. Pam or somebody, or
It was Bonnie,
Bonnie.
and I'd say she's first cousin to Merle.
Gotcha. So that make her first cousin like twice removed is what
Yeah,
it would be.
yeah.
Alrighty. Let me send her those two videos.